adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol.
That wasn't very smart. You made your last try, Corey. If you think that piece of paper is worth more than your cadet's life, well, that's up to you.
Stand by for exciting action on the Martian Totem Head in just one moment.
The Guardian points the way. His eyes will never stray. His ears hear more than his eyes can see of the treasure to which he holds the key. Yet the Guardian will never betray.
Still doesn't make sense. How are you going to figure out from this stupid dome where the Gardican treasure's hidden?
We won't if you don't shut up and let me concentrate.
Hey, boss, they got away. All three of them.
What did you say?
Hurry up, get up. They've escaped from the mummy cases.
And they rescued the doctor from the trial chamber and they left the city.
Oh, you stupid fools! And you, it's your fault. If you'd taken care of Corey and the cadet right in the first place, they never would have got loose. And this time I'll take things in charge myself. Now listen, they're not going to give us the chance to get away. So this is what you're going to do.
Commander, do you think Dr. Lambert will be all right?
Yes, Happy. He just had the wind squeezed out of him in that trial chamber. He'll be safe back there on our ship.
Maybe we should have waited outside the city until reinforcements got here.
There isn't time, Happy. Solomon and his gang are bound to discover that we've escaped. When they do, they'll waste no time getting out of here.
Anyway, I'm sure glad you got that gun from the ship. Remember, there's 6 of them, and there's only 2 of us. His ears hear more than his eyes can see of the treasure. Yet the Guardian will never betray. Hey, Commander, how did those Guardians ever figure anybody would find their treasure with nothing more to go on in that silly poem?
They didn't.
Yeah, but Commander, how are we going to find the treasure if we don't know who the Guardian is?
I think we do know, Happy.
You mean you figured out the clue? You know where the treasure is?
Good idea where to start looking. Come on.
Watch it, let me blast it. Oh, you fool. Didn't you hear what Corey said? He knows where the treasure is. All we have to do is to follow them, and they'll lead us right to the loot. Then you can take care of them.
We got this far without being seen.
It's as far as we're going now.
Commander, what about the Guardian?
Hey, remember that ritual we saw those phony Carnigans performing right here?
Yes, sir. They were all wearing totem heads and exchanging them with the ones on these pedestals. Sort of like changing the guard.
Exactly like changing the guard. Ancient Carnigans thought that, well, they believed that these totem heads guarded their cities against harm. That's why there are so many of them.
Well, then according to the poem, it must be one of these.
Has to be.
Yeah, but which one?
It's like this one in the center. I noticed that it was the only one that wasn't exchanged in the ritual.
Sure. These totem heads are supposed to guard the city, and this old boy is the captain of the guard.
If we guard the city, why can't we guard the treasure, too?
Well, say, Commander, even though we have found the Guardian, what about the rest of the poem?
Let's run it again.
The Guardian points the way. His eyes will never stray.
Points the way. His eyes will never stray. That must mean... This one isn't removable like the others. So it must be pointing in the direction of that hidden treasure. It's pointing right toward that big pillar. Repeat the rest of the poem.
His eyes will never stray. His ears hear more than his eyes can see of the treasure.
Ears.
Hey, maybe it's a man.
Did you see that? Yeah, they found a piece of paper. A man.
Now, Axel, they've done our work for us. Now we'll let them have it.
What is it, sir? Look out! Look what happens. They spotted us, Commander. They're behind that pillar. We'll never get them back there.
We're sitting ducks out here. Run for the pyramid. Get inside.
Yes, sir.
There they go. After them.
All company.
You fools! You stupid fools! They run right into your hands. Can't you let them throw you out?
Boss, take it easy. Take it easy. They can't get out of that chamber. They're trapped. We've got them right where we want them.
Through no fault of yours.
Oh, no, Commander. We're right back where we started from. Another poem.
He who has found the Guardian, beware. Except he be a true Carnigan heir. For should the Guardian's eyes stray, and from the treasure turn away, only death awaits him who would dare.
Well, it sounds like a warning.
It is heavy.
What does it mean?
Later, right now, we better hide this before we have visitors.
Oh, right. Say, Commander, I just noticed. It's the only way out of here. And they're bound to be waiting out there for us.
Corey, you know there's no other way out. Listen, Corey, all we want is the map. Open the door and give us the map, and we'll let you go. What do you say, Corey? Is it a deal? Are you going to open the door?
He opened it!
Go get him fast! All right, Corey! That's enough! Not Corey! Stop it, I said! And you too, cadet! Oh, me? I ought to let you have it!
But you won't, son. Because we're the only ones who can find that treasure.
And you're going to find it right now.
Get him.
Where's that piece of paper you found?
I'm sorry, son. We're not open for a bargain.
Who said anything about bargaining? I'm going to squeeze the information out of you.
Oh, I assume you mean the trial chamber.
You're a bright boy, Corey. But when the walls of that chamber start to close in on you, you'll change your mind.
Dr. Lambert didn't. I don't think we will.
Take them along.
You're wasting your time putting us in there, Solemn.
Who said anything about both of you? What do you say now, Corey? Does your cadet try to keep those walls apart? Or do you tell me where that piece of paper is?
We'll be right back with the conclusion of tonight's episode of Space Patrol after this.
Well, Corey, what do you say? Are you ready to tell me where you hid that piece of paper? There isn't much more time, Corey. You're the only one who can save the cadet's life.
Then I'd better get started.
Hey! That wasn't very smart. That was your last try, Corey. If you think that piece of paper is worth more than your cadet's life, that's up to you. Commander! Pull the switch out. I'll show you where it is.
Oh, for rocket sake. Now I know how the inside of a sandwich feels.
Sorry, half of us hoping to get a break.
That's all right, Commander. I knew you wouldn't trade me in for a little piece of paper.
All right, Corey, lead the way.
What's so funny?
You and your friends, you think that piece of paper is going to help you find the treasure. Ha!
Watch him. You thought this was a map.
That was your own idea.
What does it mean?
I haven't had time to figure it out yet.
All right. I'll give you time to figure it out.
Sure you want me to? If you find this treasure, you'll never live to enjoy it.
Don't bluff me. Just get busy. This is your last chance.
Right back where we started from, sir. If we don't find that treasure. Hey, do you think it could really be dangerous?
Yes, Happy. Other Carnigan treasures were found in underground cities. In each case, they were guarded. Once it was poison gas. It was released when the vault door was open. Another time, a mutation bomb was activated.
Yeah, but then what about the poem, sir? Where it says, beware, except he be a true Carnigan heir. Wouldn't poison or a bomb have the same effect on a Carnigan?
A true Carnigan would be aware of the danger. He'd take steps to disarm the vault door.
Oh, I get it. And the Carnigans figured that anybody else would be too greedy to be careful.
You're very right. You saw Solemn's reaction.
I sure did. Smoking rockets, Commander. We can't win. If we don't help Solemn find the treasure, we get thrown back into the trial chamber. Or worse. And if we do find it, well, only death awaits him who would dare. Only it's not a him, it's an us.
Well?
What's your hurry, Axel? As soon as you get the treasure, well, the sooner you'll spend it.
By the way, Axel, just how much will you get to spend, anyway?
I'll get my share.
Yes, what is your share? About as much as Solemn's, is it?
So what?
I just think you ought to get as much as he does. You do all the dirty work. Solemn said so himself.
What are you driving at?
Well, after all, Axel, you know as much about the hiding place of the treasure as Solemn does.
Sure, Axel. Why should he get the big split?
That's enough.
Well, don't get mad, Axel. It's not my fault if you let him push you around, is it?
Oh, rights he got.
What'd you say, Axel?
Nothing. You stay on guard here.
I've got some business to attend to.
Think it worked, sir.
It's an old trick, Happy. Divide and conquer.
Well, we're waiting for it to work. Maybe we better work on this some more.
Happy, it won't be necessary. I think I know where the treasure is.
Yeah, I know, but look, right here is where it says it. You do?
Look, Happy. We know that the totem head is the guardian. That it's facing the direction of the treasure, right?
That's right, sir.
All right, now read this right here.
For should the Carnigan's eyes stray, and from the treasure turn away.
Get it, Happy? The totem head itself is the key. Now, if that head were pivoted, if it were turned away, I think we'd see a vault door swing open. See, it was facing that large pillar. Maybe I think that's where the Carnigan treasure is.
Hey, it'll be a cinch to find it then. Except for that warning, that is.
No. We don't dare turn that totem head until we've had a chance to investigate it very carefully.
Yeah. Only death awaits him who would dare.
Hey, you, outside. You can come in now. We have it all figured out.
Where did you get that?
Treasure was in that pillar.
The treasure! My treasure! I found it! I found it!
Alan, get away from there! You'll get killed! Stand back! Don't be a fool, son. This treasure's guarded by something, a deadly device.
It's nice, Corey. I found my treasure and nobody's going to take it away from me.
What's that? I was trying to tell you about the Carnigan warnings coming through.
You're lying.
Come on, you gotta get back inside that pyramid.
No, I won't leave my treasure.
In 2 seconds, this whole city will be caved in.
I tell you, I won't leave it. Stop it. Make it stop.
What happened?
should be over soon.
Oh, smoking rockets, those Carnigans. They didn't miss a trick. Fixing that totem head so it would trigger the whole city to cave in.
We have to get out of here.
We can't with the whole Carnigan City piled up out
We
there.
have to get out. We can't stay in here forever.
Quiet, Totem! We'll have to stay in here till it's over. Till we can figure a way out, we'll be safe.
Yeah, and you ought to be glad that we got Dr. Lambert away from you and back to the ship. He'll be out there in the ship, and he'll see what happened, and he can space a phone for help. So don't look so solemn. Even though you have got a broken axle, your friends will be glad to help you totem back to the ship. And if they can't, Carney can.